Hi folks, the dude here down in the dungeon changing out barrels. I know I haven't seen you for a couple weeks, but we had a wedding to do. My son got married and I officiate, and my wife, the dudette, does the flowers for the wedding. So it's a big undertaking. We just got cleaned up from that and we're ready to get back to making videos. We've also had some issues with equipment down here in the dungeon, but we'll get to that in just a little bit. We've got three small barrels rolling, and this one is our tutorial rock, which we just finished the rough roll, and we finished the recycling roll, and we're starting to do the medium grind. So this one's all buttoned up and ready to go back on the tumbler after I maintenance the tumbler. I try to do maintenance after the first of the month, every month, for the ones that are still rolling. Our second barrel has obsidian, mahogany obsidian still. We've worked through quite a bit. We've got some in our finishing bucket. But man, we still have a lot of recycle left to go through. We are going to be spinning that forever, but it's looking good. Our third barrel is our Tiger Eye. I was going to switch this back up to the 9-pound barrel, but I've actually gotten through enough of it. I don't have enough material. This is our finished bucket, or finishing bucket. Most of the material's in there, in the barrel. This is our recycle bucket. We don't have much to go through. I'll get the rest of this in probably next week. And then we might go one additional week with a lot of media in here to fill in. And then we'll start these on the finishing cycles. The vibratory tumbler went down again. I was doing the Thunder Eggs and the Bahia agates on their first run when the vibratory went down. And because of supply chains, we probably aren't going to get it up very quickly. So we're going to go ahead and finish polishing these in the 15-pound barrel. I had started in the 15-pound barrel. I'll show you this. Some fancy jasper. These guys have been through one roll in the 15-pound barrel. The raw rough looks more like this. So you're going to see a lot of greens and reds and a little bit of yellow in there. Some variated jaspers. And we'll go back to those after we finish up the Thunder Eggs and the, I guess it's Brazilian agates. I think I said Bahia agates earlier, but they are Brazilian agates. Okay, so these have been through a rough grind. You see I've got them in just a sea of media, and we'll take a look at just a few of them here. This is probably my favorite, the waterline one. Feeling nice and smooth there on the surface. I've got a little bit of undercutting right there on both pieces. There must have been a softer material right there. We're not going to do much about that. Otherwise, it's looking good. This Thunder Egg, I really like that Thunder Egg because it's got some transparency. I don't know if it comes through on the camera as well as it does in reality, but you can really see down into that. That's some nice looking stuff. It's got several different levels and layers and things going on in there. This is our one that had it was a geode and a Thunder Egg, and you see I have a couple pieces of media in there, and I'll just let them ride in there. They aren't going to hurt anything. We'll pry them out at the end. That's going to be a fantastic looking rock. This one I think had just a little bit of soft material in there. It's also got a piece of media in there. Not a problem, but you see it's wore out a lot of that softer material in the cavity there. And one more, just kind of your standard Thunder Egg look. And I'll get some grit in these. We'll get them on the tumbler. So I'm going to go with a 500 silicon carbide pre-polish. You do have the option here to go with aluminum oxide if you wish. At this point, for the last two stages, I'll generally go with about half as much grit. I went with about a cup of grit in this for the coarse and for the medium. This is pre-polish. So we're just going to go with a half cup in there, and I'm running it pretty dry. There is water in there. These are not completely dry, but I'm not going to drown them. In the coarse grind, I go with a lot of water because it knocks off a lot of particles off the rock, and it tends to mud up. It really thickens up the slurry. We're not going to have that sort of problem here on the pre-polish and the polish, so you can go a little bit drier. So we'll get that buttoned up. Back on the tumbler. All right, for the tiger's eye, get some water in there, and you see I'm on the rough grind on this, so I'll put in a little bit more water than I did on that pre-polish. And we're going with a 60-90 silicon carbide. This is a 3-pound barrel, so I'm going to go with 3 tablespoons. And then we've got the obsidian. And this one, you definitely want to make sure you get enough water in. You don't want to run this dry because it will knock off a lot of material, make some thick mud real quick. And also, because it's softer, it's going to make so much mud. I put in a little less grit. 2 tablespoons is enough for that. And I've got one more thing before I let you go. A couple weeks ago, there was another channel. It's Ed Libatori. He said some really nice things about our channel. Thank you, Ed, so much. And if you're looking for more rock tumbling videos, I'd recommend his channel. And if you look on my main page and look under channels, you'll see that I mark a lot of these channels for rock tumblers, rock collectors, lapidary arts in general. I'd really suggest checking Ed and some of those other people out. Keep our little community supported. I guess that's all I have for you today. So until next time, be happy, be kind, keep your home a safe place. Bye, everyone.